Hi, Alex Forte here, The Art of Simple Golf, with my friend here, Alistair Davies. Now we are in beautiful England, coming close to Christmas, so I've just got a quick whistle stop here. But, you know, we were catching up and we're talking about some important lessons that we know you guys need. And one of those being about how the downswing works in, how the lower body works in the downswing, and how we can really use the ground and how we can propel our golf swing without too much effort. So what are the keys they need to look for to use their lower body better in the downswing?
For me, what I try and get you to do is use some instinctive stuff to make you move better and discover then what you kind of use to initiate that. And I would use a simple drill for that.
Okay, so instinctive, you mean just what they would do individually? So you can do something to test that?
Kind of. It's kind of more a case of I'll make you move from a drill, will make you move, and then the move will kind of tell you whether you push off your right side or pull from your left side, and how you react to that, really. So it's a case of
depending on that, because that's the thing, we talk a lot about that, is you can pick up drills or tips and see something online, but is it actually applicable to you? Because you might be compounding the issue that you might have in the first place.
Yeah, I think as individuals we all have different ways of thinking how to do things, and I'm a big fan of that. So it's trying to get people to move the right way, and then from there discover how they've done that. So whether they pull, push, use the right side, use the left side. A lot of people come to me with the question, do I use my right hand, do I do my left hand, do I use my right leg, do I use my left leg?
Yeah, we get a lot of that.
So this is a kind of way of instinctively trying to allow you to learn how you do it and what you do to instinctively make it happen.
Okay, so, all right, take us through it.
Okay, you're going to guinea pig it, are you?
Okay, sure.
So what I'd get you to do is go to the top of your backswing, okay,
right,
and freeze. So there's a big pause at the top of the backswing. So wind yourself up. So from there now, what I want you to do is try and basically hit the ball almost as far as you can. Just go ahead and hit it.
Just swing now.
Swing down. So then what I'd want you to do is talk to us and feel and reflect on whether you feel what you do to initiate that downswing. What did you do?
What I did with the lower body,
it's up to you. You can. I mean, there's more than one way.
The first move I felt was trying to pull the hands, let the hands drop a little bit, and then it was a gathering from the left side, sort of pulling up a little bit there.
Okay, so this is you owning your own feels, and there's no wrong answer.
Yeah.
So for me, the kind of three most important things
I didn't know that was going to be the question, by the way. I had no idea. So I probably wasn't paying as much attention as I should have been.
We'll have another go now.
That's the point, yeah.
What tends to happen is people have three distinct things they think, right?
Yeah.
This is from years of doing this. One, they feel like the left hip pulls out the way.
Yeah.
One, they feel the right leg kind of pushes down and pushes off. And the third one they think of is the right shoulder. The right shoulder tends to work down.
Okay.
And if you like, the fourth one, which not many people say, would be the arms dropping. Okay.
Okay.
Which is what you said.
Yeah, I mean, it was a little bit, but mostly it was sort of that, trying to feel that got out of the way.
Yeah.
There.
So in an ideal world, what we want from a biomechanics point of view, we definitely want a kind of squatting feel, if you like, a pushing down and then a pushing off. Okay. Now I like to feel it in my right leg. That's how I would feel, because I think if I push, I'm going to push my right leg.
But you see, I know one of my tendencies is to be too focused on that left, so coming up. So I'm not actually gathering the ground enough.
Okay.
So I'm not using my lower body enough. And then it's just my upper body and hands using to propel the ball, because I don't sort of get the ground enough there and then sort of spring up.
Okay.
So for me to think about using the right side a little bit more, I know is something that would really benefit me.
Sure. Sure.
Yeah.
No problem in that. Again, it's about kind of feeding again what you need. So if you need to feel more that kind of down energy, so you can push off the ground, then you might feel that more in the kind of transition area. The key thing also with the drill is when you're in that top of the backswing position, is we don't go up to come down. We have to feel, how do we fire? What do we use to initiate the power to propel the ball? And one of the simplest ways of looking at it is if we actually got this golf club and actually went to throw it as far as we could without a backswing, obviously from this top of this backswing position, what do we use to initiate it? What do we use to fire? And that firing pattern is what we want to use in the golf, because that's a natural instinctive thing we would use.
Okay, so if I was here, what would I use to throw this as far as I can?
Correct.
It would be, the first move would be to push off the right, and then the left would gather. That would be, that to me would give me the best distance, at least.
And if you look at you doing that, if you just do that again, if you look at how you actually do that, which is quite interesting. So as you go to push, the first thing that happens is that right knee goes downward.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first thing that happens is actually you push into the ground and then you push off the ground, which is exactly biomechanically what should happen.
That's what should naturally happen.
Correct. And in a throwing action, that's pretty natural.
Yeah, okay.
But
why when it comes to golf is that seemingly a bit harder to accomplish?
A couple of reasons really. One is because you tend to get in obviously a backswing position that doesn't allow you to happen. Not you personally.
Yeah.
Obviously your backswing could be better.
Of course.
But most people generally, myself included, my arms aren't quite in the right position and my body's in the quite right position to be able to do this subconsciously and naturally. So we have a compensatory movement first.
Okay.
Before then I can start to then move correctly.
So let's say the backswing was a bit too sort of narrow down here.
Yeah.
You can push as much as you like, but then we're stuck totally.
Correct.
So that's where the golf swing is kind of this balancing act of getting in the right placements to give yourself the best opportunity.
Correct.
Right? So how would you suggest people to improve this? To just practice that pause drill? Or?
I call it no pump drill basically, but this is a full swing no pump drill. So you go to the full backswing, and it's almost like your throwing position.
Yeah.
And then from there, how do I initiate to hit the ball, throw the club?
So is that a good way to do it? So actually set up as if I'm going to throw, and then place the left hand on there.
Correct.
And then actually swing down.
Yeah, that helps the backswing too. So that would be like a double whammy.
Okay.
A freebie.
But it hopefully should free up the brain a little bit to feel like it is more of a throw, I guess, if you're doing the right hand. So let's see if I can give this a try. So from there, that's where I'm going to throw it from. That's where I'm going to swing. When the strike wasn't very good there.
Yeah.
But
it's all about, again, when you're doing these drills, especially if it's one-arm drills and stuff, you are going to hit the ball poorly, especially for the first X amount of shots.
Yeah.
Because you have to learn to time it and move. The whole point of them is, and I talk about this a lot because my demonstrations, sometimes I hit the ball badly when I'm doing them, but the funky drills.
Yeah.
It's all about what it's teaching you to do. So if it's encouraging your right arm to be in a better, let's say, plane position and a width position to allow you to motor down correctly.
So from here, though, I can use the ground better. Yeah.
Again, we can tell you what to think, can't we? I can tell you, okay, from there, push down, then push off. But if you're thinking of that in the golf swing, you're not going to be thinking about propelling that ball. So
no, that's the thing. When it comes to a real-life golf shot, you can't think down and up because that would just screw everything up because you've forgotten about your target. That's why I really like this because it is more instinctive. It's much more natural. Like most people will be able to do that pretty well every single time. So the closer we can use drills that enable to use the lower body more naturally and better is going to help us.
And actually going to throw in some stuff will be good too, even if it is an old golf club. But if it's something that's the shape of a golf club, which you're not going to damage, maybe a stick, that you would go to the top of your backswing with a stick and then you'd actually start to throw it. Yeah. That is really good for you, kind of how your system should work and how your body should work. So that for me would be a good drill to do in the garden.
So there. That was a good strike there.
Yeah, much better contact, that one.
Yeah.
But again, good players will tend to find the ball after 3, 4 shots, 2 shots, depending how skilled they are. Don't worry if you can't find the ball straight away.
It doesn't matter if you hit crap shots, basically, because we're just trying to get that sensation. So the idea is then, when you actually come to hit a golf ball, it should be improved.
Yeah, and a good place to do this drill would be in a net, where you're not worried about the outcome of the shot too much. It's more about the movement. And again, even in the gym, throwing sticks around in the gym is really, really good for your kind of movement patterns. It's just as long as you can transfer it then to the golf course. Yeah. It's great doing a nice exercise in the gym, but then if you don't actually transfer it, so in an ideal world, you might go to the gym and then go straight to the range straight after and do the same movement. Otherwise, you can lose that transference of the skill. All right, excellent. Well, there's some really cool stuff there. So there's how to use the lower body correctly in the downswing, and really it's a lot more naturally conducive to how you're wired. It's not that complicated. So hopefully you enjoyed that. If you want to leave any comments, any questions, put them below. Like and subscribe to the channel, and check out Alistair's channel because we have a really cool video talking about how the lower body works in the backswing and how just a bit better you can get yourself into those positions to propel the ball forward. Thanks.